What's up, fam? Coach Cam. We are back again in today's video. As you watch my workout, I want to talk about how lifting will keep you out of the hospital. Lifting is something very important for your body, for your bones, for your muscles, your tendons, and for the overall cells of your organs in your entire body. And I think this gets overlooked by a lot of people, even health professionals, even exercise science professionals. They don't grasp how important it is to lift, right? How important it is to challenge your muscles intensely. And this will get you so many benefits. It's hard to even explain all of the benefits. It's honestly endless. It's hard to kind of stop the conversation. But today we're going to go over the benefits of lifting and why this will keep you healthy and fit and out of the hospital, right? So, first off, lifting improves your cardiovascular system. We have dozens and dozens of studies to back this up that lifting weights, being that you are contracting skeletal muscle in an intense way, does improve your cardiovascular output via increased stroke volume, and this will improve your cardiovascular health as well, right? So you are decreasing body fat by training your muscles, and honestly, when you train your muscles, it goes hand in hand typically with a more nutritious diet. Obviously, that's not everybody, but in general, people will eat healthier if they are active, if they are training hard. This also encourages you to sleep more because you're actually tired when you lay down to go to bed at night. A lot of people don't sleep well, and I think a large part of that is, well, one, you can't turn your brain off. It's hard to just relax in today's world, but ultimately you're not tired enough. When I am ready to go to bed, I am tired. I am trying to go to bed. I start shutting everything down. I can't even function very well. I get kind of moody almost because I'm ready for bed. I'm tired. I need to go to bed and I need to sleep. I like to sleep 8 or 9 hours if I have the chance to, but if I don't, I just sleep as much as I can, right? That's going to be a safe bet to also keep you healthy and looking younger and feeling more vibrant and energetic, right? A lot of people, if you're chronically sleep deprived, you're going to age so much faster. If you're chronically over consuming calories, you're going to gain weight in the form of fat, and that's also not good for your body. Puts stress on your organs, puts stress on your joints. It's ultimately it's a disease, right? I remember being a kid and finding out that, oh, they're just now classifying obesity as a disease, and we were kind of all shocked that was true, but it really is true. It is a disease. It is a condition that leads to so many health complications that you need to avoid it at all costs, right? So training your muscles is the best way to do that because you can avoid overuse injuries by training harder and using less training volume, right? A lot of other activities or modalities or sports, if you try to do those for your fitness, you'll find that you're going to get injured at some point, and ultimately it's just an inefficient way to get to the same results, right? Or not even the same, because lifting can get you better results. You can increase your muscle size, your strength, and your cardiovascular fitness by training your muscles directly as hard as possible. So this is very important for your health, right? You have a reduced risk of developing every single disease by lifting weights. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but it's not. Think of any disease you could possibly come down with, especially ones that can kill you. And lifting weights will drastically reduce your risk of contracting the disease and especially from dying from the disease, because lifting weights helps prevent type 2 diabetes, which is something that goes hand in hand with most obesity cases in the Western world. Because what's happening with type 2 diabetes is you're over consuming sugar and you don't have enough muscle mass to actually process and use the sugar to fill your glycogen stores within your muscle, right? So if you're not training your muscles, you will be weak and you will also increase your risk for type 2 diabetes, because in today's culture, carbohydrates are everywhere and sugar is everywhere. And, even though I try to limit my consumption of sugar, it's just not possible to avoid it completely and still live a life of community with your friends and so forth. And let's be fair, a lot of people will believe that movement is medicine, that moving your body is the key. And I actually have kind of a counter to that. And I believe that it is contracting your muscles is medicine. Contracting your muscles is the key. And you can do that without moving very much, without moving very often if you train very hard, right? That's the key. If you train easy, then sure, you need to do that all the time in order to keep up and with your functional ability, right? But if you can train harder, you don't have to do as much. And that's a benefit to us, right? So lifting is very high intensity. It is a high stress upon your muscles. You are testing the mechanosensors in the muscles, and that is stimulating them to increase in size to be able to produce more force, as well as increasing the mitochondria inside the muscles. And that will help your body to use red blood cells and oxygenated blood to create ATP, which is ultimately creating energy. So your body is better able to create energy, which will allow you to move better, and you will also be stronger because of it. So it's really a win-win. When I'm in the gym lifting weights like this and contracting my muscles, I see people walking and jogging on this indoor track that we have upstairs. And obviously I used to run cross country and track for like 7 years, so I get it. I understand running. But what I want to say is, like, you're missing out on muscle size and strength by choosing only running, right? You're choosing one modality that keeps you weak, but you get very skilled at that one activity. So that's why it's important to lift weights and to contract your muscles against sufficient resistance, because you will get more adaptations. You will get better adaptations doing this. So it's not equal. Running is not equal to lifting, because running, you're only using your legs. You're not directly training the muscles per se. They're not getting any stronger. You're just getting more skilled at running at faster paces. So you can still be healthy and fit as a runner, but you're just missing kind of the muscle size and strength components, as well as you're increasing your risk for overuse because the amount of volume you have to do of running. Think about running just like 2 miles. Think about how many steps you take, how many times you jump from one foot to the other. 1,000 times, right? There's a high risk of overuse with a sport like that, where you move the same pattern over and over and over. So it's important to lift weights or contract your muscles in ways that directly challenge their function, so you can get the stimulus targeted at those muscles and you don't have to go through the motions over and over of something that is highly repetitive and will create overuse injuries. This is not even to mention the mental health benefits of lifting weights. A lot of people have gone from doing drugs, being depressed, having anxiety, depression, and then switching to lifting weights and immediately seeing that they have more energy, more purpose, they're more satisfied, they have a goal, they have something to pursue, a journey, right? A fitness journey. And this helps you to not be depressed. It helps you be more motivated, confident in yourself, improving your self-esteem, because look, you're confident. You did something today that you accomplished, something you didn't believe was possible, right? If you bench 120 pounds and then in a month you can bench 150 pounds, you got stronger, right? Like, how much more confident will that make you to know that you are a stronger person, you're a fitter person, you're more resilient, right? You're harder to kill, literally harder to kill from another person or from diseases, right? And so all this to say, if you train hard and train your muscles to get stronger, you will be harder to kill from diseases, which will keep you out of the hospital. And you don't want to go to the hospital, right? If you don't want to go unless it's a traumatic event or injury or trauma, right? Then you need to go to the hospital, but you don't want to neglect your body. I see so many people on a daily basis as a firefighter who neglect their body, neglect their skeletal muscle, then they develop type 2 diabetes and they need 24/7 care, because if they don't, their body will not regulate their blood sugar properly and they will literally die, right? If your blood sugar is too high, you die. If your blood sugar is too low, you die. And not to mention, you can come down with a stroke, heart attack. There's so many ways to die. Why would you not contract your muscles and train the muscles of your body to better keep you alive, right? You don't want to be that old person, overweight, can't get out of bed, can't move anymore. You are a burden to your family, having to move you, pick you up, do things for you. You're a grown man, you're a grown woman. You need to take care of yourself. You need to wake up. This world wants you to be sick and unhealthy and out of shape and weak. But guess what? Being weak is dangerous. Being weak means you're fragile, means you get injured easily, and you don't want that. You want to be strong. You want to be fit for your family, for your future, and so that you can pursue anything you want to pursue. You want to go hike, you want to go climb mountains, rock climbing, you want to go become a firefighter at 29 years old, you can do it because you are fit, you are strong, you are healthy, you are resilient. Think of the mental benefits. Like I said, you are stronger, you are more self-confident walking into any situation knowing that, hey, I'm fit, I can put down with the best of them. So hopefully you guys like this video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.